On the next, yeah, okay. So we're going to do a short session on absence management for anyone that's interested. If not, scroll
That's everyone
on.
gone home.
Everyone's gone home. So we're going to step one. Do you want to
Step
cover
one,
reporting?
ensure your absence management policy, assuming you have one, and if you don't, you need to give us a call, clearly details the absence reporting lines. So who people need to call, when they need to call. We advise about 30 minutes before their normal start time, not before 9 a.m. because obviously people start at different times. Don't accept anything other than a phone call. Text messages don't count, voicemails don't count, and neither do emails. They have to telephone their manager.
Step 2 is the footnote. So if an employee is absent for 7 days or more, they're required to provide a footnote from their GP, which should detail their reason for absence. Shall I do the next one? Because I've had a very short one there. Step 3...
Because people don't hear enough of your voice.
Not that I like being on video or anything. Step 3, the return to work meeting that we always encourage clients to have. Meet with the employee if they've been off for probably 3 days or more. The meeting enables you to find out the reason for their absence and find out if there's any particular issues they need to discuss with you. Explain the purpose of the meeting. Ask the employee if there is any reason why they shouldn't be able to attend work going forward, and ask if there are any reasonable adjustments the business can make in order to make sure this happens. And we always say to people, make a written note of the meeting and keep them on file, because you never know when you might need to refer back to them.
For persistent absences, or for absences where it's not clear as to why they were off, you can request their consent to apply for a GP medical report. Sometimes it can be more useful than others. We always advise people do it because it's a written record that you've made an attempt to get a written recommendation from a medical expert as to the adjustments that you could be making to assist this person to fulfil their contractual duties as per their contract.
Step 5, occupational health report. You can always consider doing this. GP letters aren't always that helpful. We tend to find they just say what the person wants them to say, and the GP will follow that to get them out of the surgery as quick as possible. Not in all circumstances, but quite a few. If the absence persists, think about contacting occupational health, or if you're a smaller firm and don't have occupational health, there are lots of providers. It enables you to get specialist support for the employee and to check that you are making reasonable adjustments.
Long-term absences need to be handled carefully, obviously, for 2 reasons. First of all, in case the person is actually ill, and secondly, because it can go on and on and on indefinitely if you don't manage it proactively. Our advice is to keep in touch with them regularly, get their consent to do so. Do not contact them with any work-related issues, and keep the employee informed of any changes to the firm during their time of absence. You will also need to keep them fully aware of what they're being paid and when. So SSP or occupational health, or when their SSP ends, you must communicate that to them, preferably in writing.
Step 7, termination, which is very tricky. We won't say it's not when it's to do with ill health. And we would always say to seek advice before doing so, but here are a few pointers. It's not automatically unfair or unlawful as long as the employer has a valid reason, has made reasonable adjustments where applicable, and has followed a fair procedure. Handling the process incorrectly can result in tribunal claims for unfair dismissal and unlawful discrimination. So you have to be very careful where termination because of ill health is concerned. And obviously you want to support the employee as much as possible. By law in the UK, you can dismiss an employee where the reason relates to the capability of the employee performing the job that they are contracted to carry out. However, whether or not you can justify dismissal due to ill health will depend on all the facts. Prior to making any decision to dismiss, you may also need to explore other options to assist an employee in doing their job or returning to work. That is absence management in a nutshell.